So finally, the girls got to talk about Esther's fake relationship with Frodd. Like, guys, I have been dying for the day that they were going to have that conversation, because I was one of those people that was just saying it blatantly that whatever Esther claimed that she felt for Frodd was a complete lie, and it was so annoying that Frodd did not see it. And I kept on asking myself back then, that is this how love is this how people get so blind that they cannot see when their partner or supposed partner is actually using them? Is this how it is, guys? You know, so I'm just gonna jump into today's episode and give you guys all the juicy details. Hey guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. So on today's episode, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys all the juicy details of the day 10 of the Big Brother Naija Pepper Them Gang reunion show. As usual, I've got my notepad fully booked. So guys, you don't want to go anywhere till you watch till the end of this video to get all the juicy details. And you know how we do it. As I am talking, just be giving this video a huge thumbs up and be dropping your thoughts in the comment section. Sharp. So guys, today was a day of reckoning for the Powerpuff Girls. I think Thelma used to be in the Powerpuff Girls, but then when she left the house, Esther joined, or Mercy joined the Powerpuff Girls. So I'm talking about Esther, Diane, and Mercy. Now, Ebuka started. Oh, by the way, guys, before I continue, today we had no male on the show. It was just the females. Okay, Ebuka was still trying to resolve their issues, and I think they ended up resolving most of the issues today, but not all of it. So Ebuka asked Esther about her friendship with Mercy and Diane in and outside the house, and she said that first of all, Diane was her friend first, and then Diane brought Mercy into the picture because Diane was more of friends with Mercy while she was more of friends with Diane. You know, Ebuka asked her if they were still friends in and outside the house, and she said that she was actually really cool with them, but then when she was evicted and she came out of the house, she saw clips of Mercy and Diane actually gossiping about her, you know, saying things about that she's not to be trusted, you know, she betrayed Diane, this and that, and she felt really bad because she felt like while she was inside the house, they should have had that conversation with her instead of, you know, waiting for her to leave or saying all those things behind her back, you know. So Ebuka asked Mercy for her own part, and Mercy said that Diane left her friends when she got into a relationship with a guy, and that was the reason why they didn't trust her. Now guys, let's cast our minds back. Remember when Nelson and Esther were in the house, Frodd liked Esther, but then Esther was not interested in Frodd. Instead, she was interested in Nelson. So both of them were so close. They started even sharing beds together. They were giving each other massages, leg massages, nose massage, eye massage, teeth massage. I'm sorry for exaggerating, guys, but their relationship was so close in the house. It even got to the point that when they're walking around in the house, they hold hands. Even in the garden, they hold hands, you know. And Mercy and Diane's annoyance is the fact that they had a conversation about this whole Nelson business before, and Diane had admitted that she really liked Nelson. Now remember, guys, Diane was also one of those female housemates that was kind of confused about what she liked, because at some point she liked Mercy and at another point she liked Tuoyo, you know. And people are like, okay, Diane, calm down, who do you like in this house? Like, babe, calm down, you know. So guys, Diane was quite upset that Esther is fully aware that she likes Nelson, but instead she betrayed their friendship by going ahead to being Nelson's girl in the house, you know. So Esther now said that, oh, she felt like she was actually imposing in Diane and Mercy's relationship, because at some point they got really close, you know. But Mercy was upset that, look, that she feels like Esther is the sort of girl that whenever she's in a relationship, she abandons her female friends and then runs away with her male friend. Then when something goes wrong, she comes back to the female friends, and then when she finds another man, she runs back again. So guys, this time around, I must confess that I completely agree with Mercy and Diane, because that was exactly what happened in the house, you know. But the point where I did not totally agree was that you call this person your friend, fine, even though she betrayed you. I felt like they should have squashed it in the house. I felt like it wasn't a situation of them, you know, saying things behind Esther's back. You know, Esther played a very bad game, you know. And Ebuka asked Esther if Mercy's analysis of her was right about when she meets a new man, she abandons her female friends and all of that. And Esther said, yeah, kind of, but the kind of person she is, she would rather keep like a close circle of friends and stick to them, but the relationship she had with Mercy and Diane felt like she was the third wheel, like she was imposing on their relationship, because Diane became more closer to Mercy and Enkay, so she felt left out, so she decided to just stick with Nelson, and then Ebuka asked Diane her own opinion, and Diane said that she felt that naturally she is a girl's girl, and she felt like that Nelson had actually told her that he had feelings for her, and Esther was like, no way, that she actually asked Nelson about it, and Nelson said that it was Diane that told him that he had feelings for her and not the other way around, So Diane said that, well, for her, that normally when things happen between her female friends and a guy, she would always pick a female friend's side and blame the guy for whatever went wrong, so she said that till tomorrow she keeps on blaming Nelson, and she was even very excited when Nelson was evicted from the house. But then the person she actually felt sorry for was Esther, because guys, if you remember that day, Esther cried. The braid that she carried for her follow cried join. Like, Esther cried so hard, she cried till the next morning, because she had strong feelings for Nelson, and the fact that Nelson was evicted, she was like, who am I going to talk to? She felt so alone, she felt so lost, because guys, remember, she was supposedly friends with Mercy and Diane, but then Mercy and Diane, they moved on immediately. She went on with Nelson. So Ebuka asked Diane that why didn't she confront Esther instead of gossiping about Esther and with Mercy, and Diane said that she couldn't trust Esther because she felt like Esther, after Nelson left, Esther jumped onto Frodd, and she felt like Esther was using Frodd. So Ebuka asked if Esther used Frodd, and Jackye said yes. In fact, guys, literally most of the females on the show today believed that Esther was using Frodd, and even Esther knew that they were right, so she couldn't say anything. So Jackye said that, oh yes, that she felt like after Nelson left, Esther cried, but immediately she switched to Frodd immediately after Frodd won HOH, so they were like, girl, what are you doing, And Ebuka also asked okay, Jackye said that at some point she even called Frodd to talk to him, that listen, this girl has showed you on countless number of occasions that she doesn't like you, so why are you pushing yourself on her, but then Frodd wouldn't let go. Trust Frodd now, he actually has strong feelings, or had strong feelings for Esther. Guys, trust me, right now I don't know if these people are still together. So Ebuka asked Venita if she felt like Esther used Frodd back then in the house, and Venita said she wasn't really sure, but then Esther is this kind of person that is very, very guarded, so sometimes you don't know what she's thinking, you don't know what's in her mind, you don't know what she's doing, but then guys, they said that darling find your beautiful competition that Esther and Frodd shared the kiss on the stage, everybody just concluded that that was a false one, and Esther was adamant that no, it was Frodd that kissed her. But in my head I'm like, girl, we watched the show, I watched the show, and I saw that you were the one that actually turned and kissed Frodd. Frodd didn't even see it coming, to the point that Frodd was so excited because he had been trying so hard to even sleep on Esther's bed. And then, guys, like, this is the part where I need to actually go charge now. Like, guys, Esther was one of those housemates that I was literally praying for her to just leave the show. Esther and Jackye, I was literally praying for them to leave the show, and I was praying like that because Jackye, she has her own, everybody knows on all the videos, most of the videos I've done, why I just wanted Jackye to leave the show. But for Esther, guys, I love her intelligence, I love how smart and confident she is, but guys, Esther show Frodd pepper. Like, it was so bad that Frodd would be crying, and you go and meet Esther to console him, and she'll be looking at him in a very, like, as if Frodd is irritating her. She'll be looking at him in a very disgusting manner. At some point I'm like, this short woman, guys, me too, I'm not tall, so when I call her this short woman, me too, I'm short. I'm like, this girl said, go and sit down one place, your own is too much, and I didn't even know that all the other housemates were seeing the same thing, that she was doing. And even while the girls were talking, she couldn't even deny it because she knew she was actually using Frodd in the house to play a game, So Ebuka asked Mercy, and Mercy said that she actually felt like Esther used Nelson and Frodd. That first of all, she used Nelson and then she used Frodd. That she felt like she was playing a game. For instance, Diane, who is your friend, told you that she has feelings for this guy, so why don't you stay clear of instead you broke the girl code by going ahead to have dealings to do with the guy, and even when you know that it's paining your friend, you are still with the guy. So guys, tonight I completely agree with what everybody was saying about Esther. She knew she was wrong. She knew she was using Frodd and Nelson, and she couldn't even defend herself. You know, she couldn't say anything. So Ebuka even asked Diane that, okay, why didn't you approach Esther to talk about it? And Diane said that, oh, that the thing really pained her, oh, that especially when she would see Esther and Nelson in the garden holding hands, that it really pained her. She felt really betrayed, you know. So Ebuka continuously asked Esther, like, do you feel you betrayed Diane? And she said no. So guys, though, if Esther is saying she doesn't feel like she betrayed Diane, I completely understand, because hey, it's a game. I will always say Big Brother Naija is a game, it's a competition. Everybody is fighting to win 60 million. So you come into the house, you make friends with people, even though you try to be open with the people 100%, the fact is you do not know what's on the mind of the other people, right? And in as much as Diane keeps on saying that, oh, Mercy was the only person she trusted, guys, it's still a game, you know. So I don't even know if I should even blame Esther at this point in time, you know. But for me, my own opinion is she played a game wrongly. At the end of the day, she and the Nelson, they were evicted, even though separate times, you know. So guys, Ebuka asked Esther what changed between her and Frodd, because Esther was constantly telling the girls, you know, that's Mercy and Diane, that she did not like Frodd. And she said that, and that she actually liked him because she was spending time with him, and she realized that Frodd was very funny. Frodd was always making her laugh. Frodd was cooking for her. Frodd was taking care of her. Like, guys, Esther turned Frodd to houseboy inside Biggie house. Frodd was ironing Esther's clothes. Frodd was fetching hot water for Esther to shower. Frodd was cooking food for Esther. Frodd was washing Esther's clothes. Frodd was, the only thing Frodd did not do in that house was to bathe Esther and brush her teeth. Like, guys, Frodd became Esther's boy. Esther's house boy. Like, Esther used Frodd, though. I'm sure that Frodd's mother would have been at home crying that, hey, is this the son that I raised? Like, guys, it was really crazy. Sometimes it was funny, sometimes it was really annoying. Yeah, but that was what happened. But for me, my own opinion, Esther used Frodd to the finish. She used Frodd, and Frodd had very good intentions toward Esther, you know, but Esther completely used Frodd 100%. And then Ebuka decided to play a game with the girls. You know, it was a game where the girls were going to use their boards, yeah, to answer some certain questions that he was going to ask them. So he asked the first question, that who did you trust the least in the house? Cindy said Esther. And Ebuka asked why Esther. Said because of Esther's facial expression. Guys, remember, Esther used to frown a lot in the house, so her facial expression was very even annoying. Like, you rarely find Esther smiling. The only time Esther is smiling is probably when she does well in arena games, or maybe when they're having presentation. But guys, Esther's her face is always like stone, always very angry. I used to call her Angry Bird. And then Jackye said she did not trust any lady in the house except Enkay and Venita. I'm like, okay. And then Ebuka asked the second question, that who was the toughest female housemates to get along with? Diane said it was Venita at first, because she didn't really understand Venita's energy. She didn't understand where Venita was coming from. Cindy said Esther. Same thing about her facial expression, you know. And then she also mentioned Tacha. So Ebuka asked her why Tacha, and she said that, well, she felt like Tacha had this impenetrable wall, self-defense that she had, so it made it really difficult for people to for her to be able to relate with Tacha. So Ebuka asked her, are you guys cool outside the house now? And she said, well, that they haven't really talked since after the show, so it's not like they have any issues. They are not just, you know, that close like that. Then Venita said Tacha, but she did not really try, you know. So Ebuka said, why didn't you really try? She said, well, she didn't really put any much effort into being friends with Tacha. So Tacha was the toughest to get along with in the house. And Tacha said Ella, and Ebuka asked her why Ella. She said, well, Ella was very, very confusing, you know. She didn't really understand Ella, you know. But then Ella spent only, I think, 2 weeks in the house, so she said if Ella had stayed longer in the house, they probably would have gotten along. But then that 2 weeks that Ella spent in the house was like she didn't really understand the girl. And then Enkay said Esther. Ebuka asked why did you pick Esther? And she said because Esther was always frowning her face. Guys, it seems like today everybody just tried to just expose Esther from all angles, but they weren't wrong, because Esther was always angry, Esther was always bitter, Esther was always petty. Esther, Mercy, Diane, they were the bitterest, if there's any word like that, they were the bitterest housemates in the house as at that time. Jackye joined that clique, Venita joined that clique as well. They were so bitter, they were always angry, you know, at every point in time. And Ebuka asked that who likes food the most of all the females in the house, and everybody voted Cindy and Esther. Guys, my vote is Cindy. Cindy could eat anything. Cindy could eat anything to the point that she could use the spoon inside the pot to lick it and eat it. Cindy was eating so annoyingly. In the middle of the night, Cindy is that one housemaid that will go and carry a ban soup from the kitchen. At some point, like, people were so disgusted. Like, girl, why are you eating as if you did not see food to chop from your house? Like, seriously, control yourself. You know, I do not think like Esther actually really ate that much in the house. For me, Cindy, both male and female, Cindy was the foodie of the house. And then the last question, Ebuka asked who gossiped the most in the house, and he asked Tacha. Tacha said everyone in the house gossiped except her. And Ebuka asked her, do you think so? She said yes, she knows so. That whatever she said about any housemate behind their back is definitely something that she has actually said to them to their face before. You know, so Venita disagreed, and Ebuka asked her why did she disagree. And she said that, when she was evicted, she saw a clip that Tacha said, Venita should calm down, she was always too hyper. You know, and Tacha said, yes, that if you were in the house, I would have said it in front of you. So it wasn't like I was gossiping about you. I was saying it that you were too hyper. But Venita was like, no, she disagrees. Tacha gossiped. So question of the video, guys, did Tacha gossip other housemates in the house or not? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to respond to you guys. And that's all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory, guys. I look forward to my morning video and my evening's video, guys. Don't mind me, I'm actually rushing because I want to go and pee. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. So have an amazing evening. Bye.